Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW, NXT, NWA Power, Ring of Honor, MLW Fusion results for the week. December 18th, 2019. NWA results for Into the Fire, their pay-per-view for the month. It was on the 14th of December from the GPB Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. First match you had Eli Drake versus Mr. Anderson. Drake, I'll go to the finish of the match. Drake delivers a knee drop, applies a cravat kick. Anderson with a forearm smash. Drake answers with a knee lift. Anderson goes for the O'Connor roll, but Drake holds on to the ropes. Drake with a swinging neck breaker for a 2 count. Drake goes back to the rear chinlock. Anderson gets back to the vertical base. Drake drives his knee into the midsection of Anderson. Drake and Anderson are trading back and forth shots. Anderson ducks a clothesline from Drake. Anderson with a rapid fire jab. Anderson drops Drake with a back elbow smash. Anderson follows that with a swinging neck breaker. Anderson hits the rolling senton for a 2 count. Drake negates the mic check. Drake goes for the gravy train, but Anderson rolls him over for a 2 count. Anderson then delivers a back elbow smash. Drake goes for a superplex, but Anderson blocks it. Drake denies the sunset bomb. Drake falls on top of Anderson to pick up the victory. Drake wins by pinfall. David Marquez interviewed Nick Aldis and James Storm ahead of their epic main event title match. Storm tells Aldis that there will be a brand new champion at the end of the night, and sorry about your dang luck. His classic lines. Second match had Thunder Rosa versus Tasha Steelz. Rosa talks smack to Steelz. Steelz is displaying her fighting spirit. Rosa with a drop toe hold. Rosa locks in a surfboard stretch. Rosa kicks Steelz in the back of the head. Steelz avoids a flying double foot stomp. Steelz nails Rosa with a pump kick. Steelz with a flying forearm smash. Steelz with a running European uppercut. Steelz thrust kicks the big section of Rosa. Steelz hits running cutter for a 2 count. Rosa negates a kill shot. Rosa with a sliding drop kick. Rosa connects with the flying double foot stomp to pick up the win. After the match, Rosa transitioned into a ground and pound attack. Ashley Fox storms into the ring to make the save. Rosa plants Fox with a tombstone shoulder breaker. And Rosa delivers a sacrifice. Winner of the match, Thunder Rosa by pinfall. Third match of the night, the question mark with Aaron Stevens versus Trevor Murdoch. Mark unloads with furious chops in the corner. Knife edge chop exchange. Murdoch puts Mark on the top turnbuckle. Mark kicks Murdoch in the face. Mark delivers a exclamation point for a 2 count. Mark goes for the running leg drop, but Murdoch ducks out of the way. Murdoch is throwing haymakers at Mark. Murdoch kicks Mark in the chest. Murdoch hits a spine buster. Murdoch disrespects the Mongrovian flag. Stevens starts running interference. Mark connects with a double spike to pick up the win. Question mark wins by pinfall. Fourth match tonight, Rock and Roll Express with the Outlaw champion with the Outlaw Inc. versus Wild Cards with the Dawsons for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Gibson with a rapid fire haymakers. Gibson with a hip toss. Gibson applies a sleeper hold. Isaacs attacks Gibson from behind. Latimer inadvertently clotheslines Isaacs. The Rock and Roll Express are sticking and moving. Ali style. Muhammad Ali style. Morton drills Vladimir with the Canadian Shore. Outlaw Inc. starts brawling with the Dawsons on the outside. Rock and Roll Express connects with a double drop kick to pick up the win. Winners are still NWA Tag Team Champion, Rock and Roll Express. Mr. Anderson violently attacks Eli Drake with a steel chair. I guess that was backstage segment. Fifth match tonight, Allison Kay and ODB versus Melina and Marty Bell. 3 of these girls formerly with Impact Wrestling, except for Melina. She was with WWE. Bell applies a sleeper hold behind the referee's back. Melina with a running shoulder block. Melina and Bell are cutting the ring and a half. Bell with a side Russian leg sweep for a 2 count. Bell follows that with an implant DDT for a 2 count. Bell applies rear chin lock. Bell tags in Melina. Kay avoids running boot. ODB and Bell are tagged in. ODB with 2 shoulder tackles. ODB with a follow-away slam. ODB plays to the crowd. ODB levels Bell with a body avalanche. ODB hits the Bronco Buster. ODB rolls Bell over for a 2 count. Kay starts brawling with Melina. Kay connects with AK-47. ODB plants Bell with the BAM to pick up the win. 6th match of the night. Colt Cabana is champion versus Aaron Stevens with the question mark versus Ricky Starks in a triple threat for the NWA National Championship. Cabana negates the tornado DDT. Starks locks in an octopus stretch. Cabana with a hip toss. Cabana locks in a Billy Goat's curse. Starks grabs the bottom rope to force a break. Roll up. Exchange. Cabana with a high elbow smash. Starks grapples around Cabana. Starks with a backslide. Cover for a 2 count. Cabana with a clubbing elbow smash. Starks hit the tornado DDT. Cabana drops Starks with a straight right hand. Cabana connects with Superman. Nails Cabana with a Mongrovian spike. Sparks spears Cabana. Stevens dumps Starks out of the ring. Stevens goes on to steal the victory and is your new NWA National Champion. Aaron Stevens by pinfall. 7th match, Nick Aldis, the champion, versus James Storm in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Referee calls first fall. Calling the first fall is Brian Hebner. Referee for the second fall, Tim Storm. Referee for third and final decision decided by a coin flip. Fall 1, Storm delivers the last call super kick to score the first pinfall of the match. Fall 2, Aldis with 2 running clotheslines. Storm kicks Aldis in the gut. Storm hits an eye of the Storm for a 2 count. Storm is displaying his frustration. Storm grabs a steel chair. Tim Storm admonishes James Storm that it's not a no disqualification. You can't use the chair. Aldis ducks the clothesline from Storm. Aldis hits the backside cover for a 2 count. Aldis connects with a small package to tie things up at 1 apiece. Aldis and the Storm are trading back and forth shots as fall 3 goes. And doesn't say who won the coin toss. But Aldis drops Storm with a knife edge chop. Storm kicks Aldis in the chest. Aldis inadvertently clotheslines the referee. Ref bump. So I guess the second referee is involved. Aldis with a DDT. Tim Storm kicks on Brian Hebner. Storm slaps Aldis in the face. Aldis goes for a sunset flip, but Storm rolls him over for a 2 count. That's James Storm. Aldis goes for a running power slam, but Storm lands back on his feet. Storm connects with the last call super kick. Aldis removes the top turnbuckle pad. Of course, the referee doesn't see it. Aldis sends Storm face first into an exposed seal. Aldis makes Storm pass out to the Kingsland Cloverleaf and retains your NWA World Heavyweight Championship. 2 out of 3 falls. Ring of Honor's last pay-per-view of the year, and traditionally the biggest was Friday night. All 3 titles were on the line. Changed hands as PCO became the new world champion. At this link, Dragon Lee won the TV title, and the team of Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham unseated the 11th reign of them boys, the Briscoes. What did the guys think of the show? Tune in to find out. They show you a picture of that as well. And that was Ring of Honor's NWA Power episode number 10 at this link. The name of the January 24th pay-per-view is revealed as Hard Times, as advertised. Major League Wrestling, its MLW, issued the following press release announcing that MJF will battle Marshall Von Erich at the January 11th 0-hour event from Dallas, Texas. Purchase your tickets today at MLWDallas.com and see MLW's return to Dallas Live, as they had an event in Dallas this week, I believe. as they go back and forth from Dallas and Atlanta. Some of the athletes and talent signed to compete and appear include World Heavyweight Champion Jacob Fatu and his tag team of the Contra Unit, Selena Del Renta, Mance Warner, Pedro de la Park, Low Key, Richard Holiday, National Openweight Champion Alex Hammerstone, Douglas James, Injustice Myron Reed, Jordan Oliver and Cotto Brazil, Davey Boy Smith Jr. I remember Legacy Tag Team, David Hart Smith, that's him. Brian Pillman Jr., Savio Vega, Conan, and more. More athletes and matches will be announced at MLW.com. Cody Rhodes has announced in a new video that AEW will be making its debut in Atlanta on February 19th for an episode that their weekly episodic Dynamite. The show will take place at the State Farm Arena, where tickets are set to go on sale Friday this week. American Nightmare spoke about the history of pro wrestling in the Georgia area ahead of his announcement. Deep beneath the Georgia red clay, pro wrestling has roots in the South. Think about all the great wrestlers who have come from Georgia. The Armstrongs, Arn Anderson, Ron Simmons, Ray Taylor, a.k.a. Big Boss Man. It's quite a list. I myself grew up in Georgia, and I will be debuting in an arena near you next year. I've already been a wrestler in TEW in 2011 through 2012. Which is, back to Cody, which is why AEW became official. What I'm about to tell you became inevitable. That we had to come to the state of Georgia. We had to come to the city of Atlanta. If you're going to do it big. Which is why on February 19th, AEW will present Dynamite from the State Farm Arena. For those wondering, the State Farm Arena can seat up to 21,000 people. At AEW Wrestling Atlanta, the wait is over. Wednesday, February 19th, hashtag AEW Dynamite comes to at the State Farm Arena. Tickets go on sale Friday, October 20th at noon Eastern Time. And you can get your tickets at AEWTix.com. AEW also announced earlier today that they will be in Kansas City on February 26th. With the holidays just around the corner, Impact Wrestling announced that they will be changing their weekly schedule to Saturday nights, starting Saturday, December 28th, and Saturday, January 4th. Impact will air the best of 2019, which focuses on the best matches and wrestlers from the current year. Impact will go back to airing the weekly content on Tuesday, January 7th. The best of 2019 will air on Access TV at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, on December 28th and January 4th. Fans can still vote for their favorite matches and wrestlers up until the 28th. I guess you can go to the website. Ring of Honor episode 429 recap at this link, which has Bateman and PJ Black, formerly known as Evan Bourne, I think. Shane Taylor defends the TV title. Announcement from Arena in Corpus Christi, Texas. There will be no wrestling match allowed for AEW Dynamite event. MLW Fusion recap link for your show. Opera Cup begins. Pillman battles TJP, formerly of 205 Live. WWE. ACH returns episode 88 at this link. American Bank Center in Corpus Christi, Texas, tweeted a reminder on their bag policy for the show. Fans will not be allowed to bring in masks, lasers, or air horns. And here's your AEW Dynamite results. Commentators were good old JR, Excalibur, of course, wearing a mask. So I guess that rule only is for wrestlers or announcers. And Tony Schiavone welcomes the fans to another edition of AEW Dynamite. First match of the night begins. Lucha Brothers versus Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. These two guys in last week's didn't get along in the match. So they had a rematch, and this time they halfway got along. Let's see what happens. Ray Phoenix and Omega start the match. Both men around the ring. The fans split down the middle with Cero Miedo and Cowboy Crap Chance. Omega lifts Phoenix. Phoenix counters. Omega with a low DDT. Omega grabs Phoenix and tries to put him in the one-winged angel position. Phoenix gets out of it in the nick of time and tags in Pentagon Jr. Omega tags in Page. Pentagon slowly takes off his glove and gestures Cero Miedo. Not very good with Spanish, unless it's food. Spanish rice. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Pentagon lands a sharp chest shot. Page fires with a chest chop of his own. Pentagon is met with a shot from Page after running from the ropes. Page tags in Omega. But Omega and Page are in the ring going back and forth with double hand chops. Phoenix comes in to help his brother, but gets sent out of the ring by a chest chop. Omega with a tilt the world head scissors, and Pentagon gets sent out of the ring. The Terminator claps start. Omega lands a rise of the Terminator on Pentagon and Phoenix on the outside. Back inside the ring, Pentagon goes for a pinfall attempt, but only gets a 2 count as Page kicks out. AEW Wrestling, Cowboy Crap, All Elite Wrestling, AEW Wrestling, at Kenny Omega Man X brings the attack in Corpus Christi tonight. Back to the match. Phoenix is tagged in. Phoenix kicks Omega right near his chest. Omega gets back up and lands multiple chest strikes. Omega counters with a running knee. Pentagon runs into the ring and takes Page off the apron. Pentagon with a cheap shot on Omega while Phoenix is distracting the referee. Page climbs back up on the apron, gets tagged in, and takes Pentagon down with a flying lariat. Page flies up and over the top rope on Pentagon. Page gets kicked back in the ring and flies toward the other side of the ring to take out Phoenix. Page with a drop salt on Pentagon and Phoenix. Page covers Phoenix. Phoenix kicks out. Phoenix rolls through with a face buster, covers Page, kicks out. Lucha Brothers come together with a combination. Pentagon covers Page. Page kicks out again. Pentagon kicks Omega right in the face, who slowly gets back up on the apron after some time on the outside. Omega back in the ring, counters Phoenix. Page with a pop-up German suplex on Phoenix. Omega with a power bomb on Pentagon. Covers, Pentagon kicks out. Page with a sling blade and a discus on Pentagon. Omega lands a Snapdragon suplex on Phoenix. Phoenix kicks right back up. Omega grabs Pentagon. Pentagon counters. Miscommunication occurs. Page accidentally clotheslines Omega, which sets up the finish. Pentagon ends the match with a double foot stomp cover, and the Lucha Brothers win. AE Wrestling, hashtag Lucha Brothers are bringing their style of attack tonight in Corpus Christi. Watch AEW Dynamite on now on at TNT Drama, Eastern 7 Central. AE Wrestling, both teams are giving everything they've got in the opening match tonight. Winners of the match, Lucha Brothers. After the match, Omega and Page are still in the ring. Page and Omega start getting going nose to nose. PAC appears on the Titantron. He wants Omega to follow him to the back. Pac walks into a room where Michael Nakazawa's back is towards the door. Omega runs to the back as fast as he can. During the split-screen commercial break, which they did through the entire show, Omega and Page run to the back only to get attacked by the Lucha Brothers once more. Omega gets up to try to find Nakazawa and Pac. Page is following him. Cameras pans over to Darby Allin, who is set to join Cody and compete against the Butcher and the Blade. That match is up next. Ross, Excalibur, and Schiavone run through all the matches that will happen tonight, which is Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny, formerly known as Emma or Emelina. Cody and Darby Allin versus Cody and Darby Allin. Allin with a Butcher. Allin and the Butcher start the match. Both men lock up. Butcher throws Allin across the ring. Butcher tags in the Blade. Blade puts Allin in a side headlock. Allin shows his speed by taking Butcher off the apron and lands an arm drag on Blade. Allin tags in Cody. Blade tags in Butcher. The fans chant, "Let's go, Cody!" Cody with a kick and a slap. Butcher manhandles Cody by sending him over to his corner. Butcher tags in Blade. Cody parasites Blade. Blade tags in Butcher. Butcher with a big boot on Cody. Stops him in his tracks. Blade with a back kick. Blade carries Cody over to Butcher, who lands a leg drop on him. Butcher is now the legal man. The match continues on the split screen as it got a commercial. AEW Wrestling, and Cody Rhodes quick on his feet against the Blade. Blade goes for a cover. Cody kicks out. Cody steps out of the ring, rolls back in. Blade kicks Cody in the midsection before tagging in Butcher. Cody flies off the middle rope and gets caught midair. Butcher slams Cody down. Oh, by the way, there was a stipulation in this match. If they won their tag team match tonight, All In gets another shot at Cody Rhodes. Well, Cody broke out of it with a boot to the midsection. Butcher tags in Blade. Blade and Cody run into each other with a midair collision. All In is tagged in. Butcher with a knee to Allen's back. Butcher locks Allen in a clover leaf submission. Cody runs in to break the submission up. All In over the top of Butcher with a stunner. Cody is then tagged in. Cody with a crossroads. Bunny climbs up to distract Cody. As Cody is pinning Butcher, All In and Cody fly out of the ring and take out Blade and Butcher. All In off the top rope lands the coffin drop on Butcher, who is sitting on the apron. Cody finishes the match with the Cody Cutter on Blade. Covers Cody and All In win. And the Cody Cutter is kind of like the RKO, but jumped off the ring ropes, and as he's delivering the cutter, backwards move. After a victory shown of Jungle Boy preparing for his match against Chris Jericho. Next, Awesome Kong and the Nightmare Collective make their way down to the ring. Awesome Kong versus local talent. Didn't catch her name, or whatever. Kong with a spinning back fist, follows it up with a face plant. Covers, Kong wins. Squash match. The AE Wrestling, a Mean Queen K isn't playing around. Winner of the match, Awesome Kong. After the match, Nightmare Collective cut some of the local talent's hair off. After the quick match, a clip is shown of JR interviewing Jungle Boy before his big match tonight. The match against Le Champion, Chris Jericho, is next. Chris Jericho with Jake Hager versus Jungle Boy with Jurassic Express. That's Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt. Jungle Boy rolls Jericho up to start the match, but Jericho rolls out in time. Jungle Boy with an overhead chop, springboard arm drag. Jungle Boy with a Rhino roll up. Jericho rolls out. Jericho is getting slow in his getting older age. Jericho throws down multiple chops. Jungle Boy strikes Jericho in the midsection. Jericho sends Jungle Boy into the ropes and follows up with a code breaker. Oh, there's a stipulation in this match. 10-minute time limit. As Jericho last week stated Jungle Boy couldn't even last 10 minutes. Jungle Boy's family is in the audience cheering him on. Jericho covers. Jungle Boy kicks out. Jericho sends Jungle Boy over the top rope. AE Wrestling at Boy_Myth_Legend is aggressive in his attack against Jericho. Oh, you can follow Jungle Boy at that name. Hager is on the outside, attacks Jungle Boy when the referee wasn't seeing it. Luchasaurus and Hager start to brawl. Marco Stunt goes over to help his friends and gets taken out by Hager with a hard punch. AE Wrestling, all hell is broken loose on the outside. Jungle Boy flies through the bottom rope, then does it again and again. Fans are clapping and cheering as loud as they can for Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy with a flying DDT covers. Jericho kicks out. Jericho with an Irish whip. Jungle Boy reverses with a backstabber. Move thief like a video game. Covers. Jericho kicks out. Jericho goes for a foot chokehold. Fans boo loudly. Jungle Boy gets up and lands a few shots on Jericho. Jericho powerbombs, follows it up with a lion tamer. Waltzes Jericho. 1 minute is left in the match. Jungle Boy is crawling over to the bottom rope and doesn't get there. Jericho moves Jungle Boy back to the center of the ring in the Lion Tamer's position. 10 seconds remaining. Crowd is into it as countdown begins. Time has expired. Jungle Boy did not tap out. Jericho grabs the microphone and says he wants 5 more minutes. But he's outside the ring. Jericho heads back into the ring. Palm strikes Jungle Boy multiple times. Jungle Boy gets up and lands a Hurricane Rana, covers. Jericho kicks out. Jericho rolls out of the ring, grabs the title, and leaves. Didn't even get his 5 minutes. At AEW Wrestling, Jungle Boy is on an attack towards Jericho. During the commercial break, Jericho comes back down to the ring and starts throwing chairs and yells at Jungle Boy's family in the front row. He leaves once again, yells out at the audience. At AEW Wrestling, Le Champion, hashtag Le Champion, said he couldn't last 10 minutes. Jungle Boy did it. Jungle Boy lasted about 13 minutes. Schiavone meets Jericho at the top of the ramp. Jericho refuses to believe that Jungle Boy lasted 10 minutes with him. Jericho says the more important thing to discuss is Jon Moxley. Jericho and the Inner Circle have a surprise for Moxley on January 1st. But they will not have an episode next week. He hopes that Moxley will make the right decision to say yes to joining the Inner Circle. As he wished everybody a Merry Christmas in that segment as well. So they're having a Christmas break episode. At AEW Wrestling, wait, what? Did hashtag Le Champion just change the story? At AEW Wrestling, will Moxley join the hashtag Inner Circle? Backstage segment, Jennifer Starker interviews SCU. The Lucha Brothers interrupt. Up next, number 1 contenders match to determine who will face Riho for the AEW Women's Championship. Oh, remember Chris Statlander last week's debut? Well, this week, she's got the number 1 contender matchup possibility. Both and her matchup is up against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Both women square up. Statlander cartwheels around Baker. Baker attempts the lockjaw submission. Statlander crawls out of it. Baker with a hanging neck breaker. Statlander with a forearm strike. Baker sends Statlander to the turnbuckles. Follows up with a stomp. Statlander sends Baker to the ropes and lands a clothesline. Statlander lands multiple strong chops. Statlander with a back elbow. Baker sends Statlander to the turnbuckle and plants a knee near Statlander's chin. Statlander with a powerful running knee off the apron. Statlander with a big inside cradle pin, but Baker rolls out. Baker with a sling blade covers. Statlander slides out of it. Statlander fires back with a lariat. Statlander climbs to the middle rope. Baker follows her up there. Statlander with some right hands on Baker. Baker powers slams Statlander off the middle rope. Baker with a fisherman's neck breaker. Statlander counters with a roundhouse kick. Baker tries to lock in the lockjaw submission. Statlander reverses it into her Big Bang Theory finisher. Statlander covers, wins the match. She didn't sell a lot of the moves that Britt Baker gave her. Of course, she's a little bit taller and just a little bit bigger. I'd say about 30, 40 pounds. At AEW Wrestling, a real Baker on the attack tonight. At AEW Wrestling again. Nothing. Just a blank tweet. Winner of the match, Chris Statlander. And is your now number 1 contender and will challenge Riho for AEW Championship on January 1st. To start off the new year, 2020, Schiavone congratulates Statlander. She touches his nose. It's like E.T. phone home. She touches his nose. Brandy makes her way out. Brandy Rhodes. She congratulates Statlander. She knew she could do it. Brandy has an open-ended question. She wants to know if Statlander is with the Nightmare Collective or not. Statlander rejects her offer. She points at her and just walks off. Brandy gouges Statlander with her heel in the eye. Backstage, Sean Spears and Tully Blanchard need to find a guy that can be molded and can work well with Spears and Blanchard. They're going to keep scouting for the right guy. Well, there was another female wrestler come running from the back to help Statlander to the back. I couldn't tell who it was. Up next, the main event, SCU versus Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Nick Jackson and Frankie Kazarian begin the match. Kazarian with a quick tag to Scorpio Sky. Matt Jackson tagged in. Matt with a powerbomb enziguri on Kazarian. Nick also with an enziguri on the apron. Sky tagged in. Sky with a cover on Matt. Matt kicks out. Matt tags back in. Nick with a step up enziguri on Sky. Fans applauding the match. Nick off the top rope with a hurricanrana. Matt is tagged in. Matt with a cover on Sky. Sky kicks out. Fan chat, this is awesome. Nick flies off the top rope and lands on both members of SCU on the outside. You know what SCU stands for? Southern Cal Unlimited. I guess. I forgot what the U is. Uncensored. That's what it is. Uncensored. Both Nick and Matt land on top of Sky, who is back in the ring now. Matt puts Sky in a half crab submission. Sky tags in Kazarian. Kazarian with a double lariat on the Young Bucks. Kazarian and Sky fly over the top rope with their own Ranas to take out the Young Bucks on the outside. Sky and Matt both roll back in the ring at the same time. Sky covers. Matt kicks out. AEW Wrestling. What in the heck? AEW Wrestling again at Scorpio Sky going high risk with the high reward. Sky and Kazarian put the Bucks in double sleeper holds. The holds are broken. Kazarian and Matt are tagged in. Both men exchange forearm strikes. Matt puts Kazarian in tombstone position. Sky slaps Kazarian back and tags in. Self in. Sky with a TKO. Kazarian with an SCU on Matt. Covers. SCU retains their titles. After the match, Dark Order and the Creepers around the ring all surround the ring, except for two guys that are unmasked, all in dark clothing, and they are there to initiate SCU and the Young Bucks. Alex Reynolds and John Silver are the only unmasked creepers. What do they call themselves? Creepers? What do they think they are? Minecraft evildoers? Paige, Omega, Cody, and Dustin Rhodes make their way out to the ring to fight as well. Dark Order and their creepers just can't be stopped. The AE Wrestling hashtag Dark Order has gained 2 new members at YT Alex Reynolds and at Silver #1. AE Wrestling gives a link, joindarkorder.com. That concludes this week's show of AEW Dynamite. The next episode will be January 1st. So next week, there will not be any AEW report. Don't know if NXT will be taking a break off, but I know WWE will be taking a break off. That's why there will be spoilers for, I know, Raw for sure. During the show, referee Aubrey delivers a center to wrestler and drinks beer Stone Cold style. Because, by the way, it was Stone Cold's birthday at this link video. And here are the Dark match results, which is AEW's Dark episode for next week from Corpus Christi, Texas. Matches will air on Tuesday's AEW YouTube series Dark. Former NWA National Champion Colt Cabana was on a special guest color commentator. Match number 1. Which there are 4 matches for this episode of AEW Dark. Sammy Guevara defeated Brandon Cutler. Match number 2. Proud and Powerful defeated Private Party and Best Friends and the Hybrid 2. That must have been a fatal 4-way. Or 4-way tag team. Or triple that. Yeah, fatal 4-way tag team match. PAC brought Michael Nakazawa out to the ring, apparently beating him up backstage from the show. PAC then called Kenny Omega out to the ring, but Omega didn't appear. Joey Janela defeated Shawn Spears in the fourth match. And during the Dark, AEW Dark, Darby Allin versus Cody Rhodes has been confirmed for AEW Dynamite on New Year's Day. Second report, Colt Cabana did guest commentary for AEW Dark tapings that took place in Corpus Christi on Wednesday night after Dynamite episode. The following matches were taped for the Dark episode. that will air Tuesday on YouTube. Sammy Guevara defeated Brandon Cutler. PAC brought Michael Nakazawa out to the ring after apparently beating him backstage. PAC called Kenny Omega out to the ring, but Omega didn't appear. Santana Ortiz defeated the Hybrid 2 and the Best Friends and Private of the Party in a fatal 4-way. Joey Janela, dressed as Santa Claus, defeated Shawn Spears. That's why I gave you, if I can find results, I can give you two different opinions from different fans because the results are different. Like I said, Joey Janela was dressed as Santa Claus in the second report, and Santana Ortiz, which is the Inner Circle, with I should say Jericho's thing. Well, back to Dynamite episode 2020. First episode will take January 1st from Daly's place in Jacksonville, Florida. And will be the anniversary edition of the show. Cody and All In previously fought to a time limit draw at AEW Fighter Fest back in June. All In offered to help Cody with the Butcher and the Blade. If Cody granted him the rematch, that's what led to the match being confirmed for Jacksonville. Also noted, New Year's edition of Dynamite will also feature Chris Statlander versus AEW Women's Champion Riho with the title on the line. Statlander defeated Britt Baker on the show this week to become the new #1 contender to Riho. There will be no Dynamite next Wednesday because it's Christmas Day. TNT will air their annual marathon of A Christmas Story special. After AEW Dynamite on Twitter, Cody and All In took to Twitter and commented on their rematch. Odd pairing, but immensely enjoyed tagging together, Cody wrote. Looking forward to our rematch against one another January 1st, homecoming. All In wrote January 1st, Cody versus Darby 2. At AE Wrestling, at AEW on TNT, hashtag I'm with AEW. Stay tuned for updates on January 1st Dynamite episode. AEW Dark episode 11 episode from Garland, Texas last week can be seen at this link. NXT star Robert Stone, formerly known as Robbie E in TNA, has a new show on the WPC YouTube channel called What's Your Hobby with Robbie. Every week, a superstar shows their hobby and Robbie tries to learn it. In the first episode, Robbie joined Kaden Carter at her favorite line dancing school and learned some new moves. NXT United, a supporters club for NXT, will be hosting its first wrestling figure toy drive before NXT taping a live show at Full Sail University at Winter Park. Wrestling fans are encouraged to bring unwrapped wrestling figures to the donation spot located next to the NXT merchandise truck between 5:30 and 6:45 p.m. All action figures collected will be dropped off at Orlando's Toys for Tots headquarters on Thursday, which I'm doing my video on Thursday. WWE held two dark matches before tonight's NXT show from the NXT Arena at Full Sail University, Winter Park, Florida. First saw Candice LeRae defeat Taynara Conti with a springboard moonsault. Second match saw Bianca Belair defeat Shotzi Blackheart with her KOD finisher. NXT results as NXT episode opens up with a video package highlights from last week. Live from the NXT Arena at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, as Mauro Ronaldo welcomes us to the final live episode of the year. Yep. NXT is taking a week off next week as well. He's joined in by Nigel McGuinness, formerly known as Desmond Wolfe from Impact Wrestling, and Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. NXT title match to start off the show. Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. We'll go right to the ring. Out comes Finn Balor first. Previously announced as being a commercial-free match, but Mauro knows that it will have limited commercial interruptions. NXT champion Adam Cole is out next as Alicia Taylor does ring introductions. The bell rings and we get formal introduction from Taylor. Fans dueling chants as they lock up and trade holds. Balor takes Cole down first and they tangle some more on the mat. Balor was with an upper hand again, keeping Cole grounded. Cole turns around on their feet and beats Balor down to some boos. Cole with a forearm to the jaw. Balor comes back with a basement drop kick for a 2 count. Balor keeps Cole grounded by his arm now. They get up, Balor chops Cole in the corner. Balor keeps control and drop kicks Cole in the back of the neck while he's down. Balor with another close 2 count. Fan chant for Balor as he works on Cole while he's down. Balor stops away on Cole, sending him out for a breather. Balor with a drop kick through the ropes now, sending Cole into the barrier. Balor goes for a big kick from the apron, but Cole super kicks the knee out. Balor goes down on the apron, and Cole works him over, bringing it back for a hangman's neck breaker. Cole mounts Balor with strikes down. Cole goes on and hits the snap suplex for another pin attempt. Cole stops away in the corner. Now as the referee warns him, you got a 5 count. Cole plays to the crowd for a mixed reaction. Cole takes Balor back down, drives a knee to the back, and grounds him with a headlock now. Balor tries to fight up and out, but Cole takes him back down, talking trash as the referee checks on Balor. Balor gets up and hits a jawbreaker to break free. Balor charges, but Cole counters and takes the left knee out to take back control. Cole drops Balor with a right hand, then nails the forearm. Cole drops Balor again for another 2 count. Cole drops more knees into Balor's back and keeps him down with the scissors on the mat. Cole keeps control and shows off some as Balor stumbles to the floor, stumbles to the corner. Cole runs into boots. Balor mounts some offense now. Balor drops down on Cole for a 2 count. Balor with chops in the corner. Cole comes back and hits a back breaker out of nowhere for a 2 count. More back and forth on their feet. Cole with an insecurity. Balor with a sling blade. Balor runs into a big super kick, and Cole covers for a 2 count. They trade suplex attempts, and then strikes in the middle of the ring. Cole with a big boot to the face, and another shot. Balor comes right back with a Pele kick, but Cole falls on him for a close 2 count. They get up and stare each other down. Cole drops Balor with a kick. Balor blocks the Panama Sunrise. Cole counters in 1916. More back and forth with big counters between the two. Balor drops Cole and goes to the top, but Cole knocks him off. Balor lands hard on the floor as the dueling chant starts back up from the crowd. Cole goes for a sunrise from the apron, but Balor back drops him to the floor. Then hits a big running a baseball side drop kick, brings him back in the ring, misses the coup de grace. Cole follows up with a last shot for another two count as the crowd goes wild and the NXT chant starts up for the crowd. Cole can't believe it. Fan chant, this is awesome. Cole drops his knee pad and runs the ropes, but Balor nails a huge clothesline. Balor drop kick in the corner. Balor goes back to the top and nails the coup de grace. Balor grabs Cole for 1916, but Johnny Gargano appears on the stage, and everyone is distracted. Cole takes advantage of Balor being distracted, rocks him, and delivers the last shot for the pin to retain. After the match, Gargano slowly walks down the ramp as Cole's music hits. Cole exits the ring. Balor is down in the ring. Gargano brings a steel chair into the ring as the fans chant, "Johnny, wrestling." Balor looks up from the mat as Gargano stares him down. Chair in hand, Gargano unloads with the chair shots down, beating Balor out of the ring. The chair shots continue until Balor retreats to the crowd. Gargano touches the steel part of the bottom of the ramp, which Balor dropped him on when he turned heel several weeks back. Gargano tosses the chair and leaves. They show Rhea Ripley arriving earlier. We also see NXT horsewomen arriving earlier. Ripley versus Baszler will take place later on. Video package on Killian Dane and Damian Priest and Pete Dunne. Damian Priest has had a couple of weeks to recuperate from an injury, as we get Damian Priest versus Killian Dane. We go back to the ring. Out first comes Damian Priest, who has recovered from a rib injury he suffered at TakeOver War Games 2019 in the triple threat with Killian Dane and winner Pete Dunne. Priest takes his jacket off, and we see that his ribs are taped up with the kinesio tape. The music hits, and out next comes Dane. The bell rings and they start brawling. Dane takes it to the corner as the referee counts. Priest fights out of the corner and unloads with rights. Priest turns it back around in the corner and continues the beating on Dane. Dane rocks Priest and nails the ribs. Dane sends Priest out, but he fights back in. Dane hits a divide low across body, and then works on the injured ribs while Priest is down. They trade shots in the middle of the ring. Dane catches Priest in a bear hug. Dane with a big splash in the corner. Dane lays Priest over the middle rope in the corner, then runs a drop kicks to the ribs. Dane runs again with a baseball side drop kick. Knocking Priest out of the ring, Dane takes the kinesio tape off of Priest's body and focuses on the ribs. Dane with a bicycle kick. Dane brings it back in the ring and covers for a 2 count. Dane keeps Priest grounded in the middle of the ring. Dane with a big back chop for more mixed reaction from the crowd. Dane stands on Priest and rocks him while he's down. Dane grounds Priest and the referee checks on him. Priest fights up with kicks. Priest goes for the suplex, but he can't hit it. Dane drops Priest's ribs over his knees. Dane pounds on Priest's ribs for more. Dane with a senton. Dane keeps Priest down and hits another senton in the middle of the ring for a 2 count. Dane with a fisherman suplex for another pin attempt. Priest fights up and out, but Dane drop kicks him. Priest rolls to the floor for a breather as we finally take a commercial break. Back from the break, Priest is mounting offense in the ring. Priest with a big leaping back elbow. Priest keeps control and levels Dane for a pop. Priest with another leaping back elbow in the corner. Priest goes for a suplex, but can't get Dane up. He tries again, but can't do it. Priest powers up, and this time nails a suplex for a pop. Fans chant Priest now. Priest goes to the top, but Dane rolls out of the ring to boos. Priest runs and leaps over the top rope, taking Dane out on the floor. Priest brings it back in the ring for the South of Heaven, but Dane kicks out at 2. More back and forth between the two. Dane counters a fisherman and dodges a splash. Dane turns it around and goes to the powerbomb Priest, then drops an elbow for a 2 count. Dane shows some frustration. Dane charges it in the corner with a big splash. Dane with an electric chair, but Priest turns it into a victory roll for a 2 count. Priest comes back and rocks Dane again. Dane drops Priest again and nails another senton. Dane goes for the Raider Bomb, but Priest gets his knees up. Priest comes back with a reckoning for the pin and the win. After the match, Priest stands tall. As music plays, we go to replays. The announcers plug the year-end awards, as you can vote online at WWE.com. We see Kushida and Cameron Grimes backstage warming up. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Morrow says details on the 2020 Dusty Road Tag Team Classic will be revealed on January 1st. Cameron Grimes versus Kushida was up next. We go back to the ring. Out first comes Cameron Grimes, formerly known as Keith Lee from Impact. Kushida was out next, and he taunts Grimes. The bell rings and they go at it, trading holds. Kushida gets the most offense early on as they unload. Kushida with a submission now. Grimes with a kick. Kushida with a big back chop. More back and forth. Kushida with a rolling crucifix on the mat for a 2 count. Go to commercial. Back from the break. Grimes in control on the mat. Grimes stands on Kushida in the corner. Grimes keeps control and works Kushida over while he's down on the mat. Grimes with knees to the back on the mat. Fans try to rally for Kushida, but Grimes focuses on his back and keeps control. Grimes with a backbreaker, holding it over his knee. Kushida unloads and breaks free. Grimes grabs him, but Kushida fights free and hits his handspring back elbow. Kushida starts to mount offense now as the fans cheer him on. Kushida with more offense for a 2 count. Kushida goes right into the crossarm bar, armbreaker on the mat. Grimes tries to fight free and gets his foot on the bottom rope to break it. Kushida charges with a drop kick to the arm, softening it up for his finisher. Grimes counters the move in midair and drops Kushida for a 2 count. More back and forth. Kushida with a German suplex. They trade big strikes. Grimes tries for a German, but Kushida hangs on. Grimes overpowers and hits the German for another 2 count. More back and forth. Kushida goes to the top and leaps on to the floor with a senton on Grimes, but he lands hard, and they both stay down after the referee counts. Grimes is rolled back in. Kushida follows, but runs into a boot in the corner. Kushida climbs up with Grimes in the corner. Grimes fights him off to the mat. Kushida comes flying in the corner with a kick. Kushida climbs back up, and launches Grimes to the mat with a unique powerbomb pin for a 2 count. Kushida can't believe it. The cherryboard big strike. Kushida dodges the cave in. They tangle for just a second as Grimes blocks a hoverboard submission and then hits the big cave in stomp for the pin and the win. After the match, music hits as Grimes rolls to the floor to recover. We go to replays. Grimes puts his hat back on and heads to the back. We see Rhea Ripley back Backstage warming up. Phoenix leads us to a video package on Io Shirai. She will be in action action next. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a tail of the tape. Graphic for the main event. Io Shirai versus Santana Garrett. We go to the ring, and out first comes Io Shirai. Santana was out next. Santana was in the first season of Women of Wrestling as well. Her last appearance on WoW was against Tessa Blanchard. Back and forth to start. Garrett with an early 2 count. Garrett controls Shirai by the arm. Now as they tangle some more. Garrett with a hit scissor takedown before a stalemate. Shirai charges but misses as Garrett kicks her while she's down. More back and forth between the two. Shirai plants Garrett with a big flapjack in the middle of the ring. Shirai kicks Garrett into the corner now, rocking her while she's down. Shirai charges with double knees but misses and hits the turnbuckles. Garrett looks to mount more offense. Garrett with the SOS for a 2 count. Garrett with more offense and the back elbows and handspring into the corner. Garrett goes on for another 2 count. Garrett bridges into a big submission to the neck now. Shirai tries to call for the ropes, but she's barely moving. The hold is finally broken. Garrett charges, but Shirai drops her into the ropes. Shirai has Garrett down in the knees, working the knees around. Shirai runs in with a double knees to the face. Shirai goes to the top and nails the moonsault for the pin and the win. After the match, Shirai stands tall as the music plays. Some chant Shirai's name as we go to replays. Announcers lead us to a World's Collide promo. Travis Banks versus Pete Dunne. We go to the ring. Out first comes Pete Dunne, NXT superstar. Travis Banks is out next. NXT UK. Well, Pete Dunne was also NXT UK. Morrow recalls Banks' win over Jackson Ryker from last week. The bell rings and they stare each other down as Nigel talks about history between the two. They go at it. Dunne takes Banks down first and puts a boot to him. More back and forth and a 2 count from Dunne. Dunne takes Banks back down, but Banks counters on the mat for a 2 count. They run the ropes and Banks knocks Dunne out with a kick. Banks with kicks against the ropes. Dunne turns around with a ton of quick slaps to the chest. Dunne with a double stomp on Banks' fingers, then a shot to the head. Banks rolls to the floor for a breather. Dunne follows and slams Banks onto the edge of the apron. Banks falls back to the floor as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Banks mounts some offense, sending Dunne. Fan chant for Banks. Banks runs the ropes and nails a suicide dive into the barrier. Banks goes back to the top and nails a missile drop kick in the ring. Banks with a big double stomp in the corner while Dunne is down. Banks with a close 2 count, more back and forth. Dunne catches Banks in midair out of the corner, driving him into the mat for a 2 count. Banks kicks him from the apron. They go up top and tangle up high. Banks goes for the sunset powerbomb, but Dunne lands on his feet. Dunne with a big enziguri in the corner. Banks counters a bitter end out of the corner. Banks misses the slice of heaven as Dunne catches him in mid-move. Dunne with a big stomp to the back of the head out of a submission. They tangle again as Banks counters the bitter end again. Banks comes back with a Kiwi crusher for a 2 count. Dunne goes on and nails a powerbomb. Dunne ends up hitting a big super X-Flex from the top for a pop. Dunne with a kick and a bitter end for the pin and the win. Winner of the match, Pete Dunne. After the match, Dunne stands tall as music plays. We go to replays. We get a show of respect as they shake hands after the match as Dunne exits the ring. And then they announce his plug 2019 Year in the Boards again. Kelly backstage with Dakota Kai. Kai admits that she was forced to get staples last week after the table bump from Mia Yim. But she brags about winning the match. Kai goes on and says she will continue to beat the rest of the women's division until she becomes champion. We see Shayna Baszler backstage warming up for the main event. Back to commercial. Back for the break to announce the reveal for next week's NXT Christmas episode. Leo Rush and Keith Lee versus Damian Priest and Tony Nese. But earlier, they announced that there was going to be no episode. Plus, an open challenge from NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong. So I guess there will be an NXT report. NXT Women's Title match, Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler, your main event. Out first is Rhea Ripley, come backstage, and we see NXT Champion Baszler walking with Marina Shafir and Jasmine Duke. They stop backstage and embrace. Baszler heads to the ring. Former ring introductions from Taylor. Back and forth start the match as they get the feel for each other. They break and lock up again. Baszler with a shot, but Ripley responds with a big kick out of nowhere, sending Baszler to the mat. Ripley whips Baszler into the opposite corner as she goes down hard. Baszler goes to the floor to regroup, holding her chest. As we go back to commercial, back from the break, they're going at it in the ring. Baszler gets the upper hand, but the strikes keep coming. Ripley with a big drop kick for a pop. Fan chant Mamma Mia as they go at it in the corner. Ripley takes Baszler to the top for a superplex. Baszler resists, but Ripley nails a superplex for a close 2 count. They trade more strikes on the feet. Ripley ducks a kick and nails a jumper suplex. Ripley yells out as the fans pop. Shapiro and Duke come down, but Ripley drops them at ringside. Ripley follows and trips Baszler on the apron as she comes out. Baszler also falls to the floor near her partners. Ripley goes to the apron as fans chant her name. Ripley runs and hits a cannonball on Duke and Shapiro as Baszler moves. Baszler follows up with a knee to Ripley's jaw. Baszler tries to break Ripley's arm now with a stomp on top of the steel steps. Referee goes out and checks on Ripley as fans boo the champ. Baszler brings her back in the ring and manhandles Ripley some, keeping her down. Baszler sends Ripley back out of the ring as we go to commercial. Back from a break, Baszler has Ripley down in the middle of the ring, still focusing on her limbs and keeping control. We saw how a ringside doctor checked on Ripley during the match and determined she could continue with her arm possibly being hurt. Baszler with a big kick. Baszler with more kicks while Ripley is on her knees. Ripley mounts some offense. Baszler blocks the riptide, but Ripley kicks her into the referee. Referee goes down in the corner. Ripley nails the riptide and covers for the pin, but no referee is there. Fans count well past 3. Ripley tries to wake the referee as Baszler goes to the outside. Ripley goes for a cannonball off the apron, but Baszler moves and she lands hard. Ripley fights out of a curve free to clutch on the outside, sending Baszler into the ring post. Baszler grabs a steel chair, slides it into the ring. Baszler ends up driving Ripley down into the chair and covering as the referee wakes up. Ripley kicks out at 2. Baszler goes back to the curve free to clutch, but Ripley fights her. Baszler applies a hold again, and this time locks it in on the mat. They roll around the mat, but Baszler keeps the hold applied. Ripley finally starts to fade as the referee checks on her. Baszler has the curve free to clutch applied for several minutes now. Ripley is about to go down for good, but she keeps her arm as the crowd pops. Fan chant for Ripley as she rolls out of the hold. Ripley stomps away now. Ripley applies a prism submission now as the crowd goes wild for Ripley. Baszler kicks Ripley into the corner after breaking it. Baszler with a big knee in the corner. Baszler takes Ripley to the top and chops her. Baszler climbs up as the fans chant Rhea's name. Baszler wastes time and Ripley comes too. Ripley with a super riptide from the top for the pin and the win. Winner and new NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. After the match, Ripley stands tall with the title as the crowd goes wild. Ripley raises the belt as we go to replays as the music hits. We come back to the ring filled with full of fans. Ripley is being raised in the air by the fans as the celebration continues. NXT goes off the air with Ripley posing in the corner while the ring is filled with fans. A new post-show footage of what happened after NXT went off the air. This link on the USA Network. Ripley continued her celebration with the fans for several minutes before heading to the back with the title. Another post-show video of John Quatro interviewing the Nightmare after her big win. Ripley commented on being the first superstar to hold NXT UK Women's title and the NXT Women's UK Women's title and the NXT Women's title. At this link, as Quatro asked how she was feeling after the win. To be honest, there's actually no way to explain exactly how I'm feeling, she said. Ripley admitted, the best way I can probably explain it is I'm ecstatic. I got to go out there, do what I love, and man, making history once again. That's what I do. I make history. And then I got to spend my winning time with everyone in Full Sail and everyone at home. I even tried to have a mosh pit. You know, I even tried to crowd surf a little bit, but they wouldn't let go. I guess they were just super happy, you know, like me, but I can't complain. Ripley also took to Twitter after the show and commented, and you can see her tweets as I close out my video. Nightmares become reality. Hashtag tweet. This is now my at WWE NXT. Hashtag WWE NXT. Thanks, get peace out. See you want to be. Y'all know, just call me, brothers and sisters.